Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope everyone is doing having a great day today. We're going to get this thing on the road. Wait a few more seconds. Wait for a few of you guys to come on in. Come on in. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope everyone is doing All right, I had to do some testing, make sure equipment is working. Equipment is working great. All right, so who do we have? Who do we have? Who do we have? Let's get this thing on the road, folks. Get on in here so we can go ahead and get going. I'm not going to keep you guys. I want to be in and out. I want to be in and out. So let's get this thing rolling. Now, I understand there may be some discrepancy on the time. The time is 9 o'clock, and the day is Monday, November the 6th, 2017. This is our Monday Motivational Power Talk. This takes place each and every Monday night at 9 o'clock p.m. Want to thank you guys for stopping in. Don't know who is in right now. I know we have Miss Tabitha West. Good evening. Good evening. Denise George, the first one in. Good evening. My cousin is here too, Jocelyn Price. Good evening. Thank you guys for coming in. Well, let's go ahead and get started, folks, before I give my quick announcements and get into our topic this evening. If it's going to be, it's up to me to fulfill my dreams and possibilities with dedication and motivation to inspire thousands from all nations. When times are tough and breaks you down, just smile with toughness and rebuild from the ground. During tough times, adversity is a lot. Just remember, time flies, but you are the pilot. Good evening, folks. Thank you for joining our Monday Motivational Power Talk. I am Jay Lee. We do this each and every Monday from my business page, Jay Lee Speaks. So if you guys have not liked my business page, please do so. This podcast takes place from my business page each and every Monday. Also, don't forget, my other business page is WAN Global LLC. Make sure you visit that page and click like on it as well, because we're going to be launching our Wealth Summit tours. It's starting to take place early 2018, and we're going to be reaching every city around the world. We're going to start in the United States. We started in Tampa. We're going to Charlotte. We're going to DC. We're going to Atlanta. We're going to Anaheim. We're going to San Diego, Chicago, New York. We're going to be hitting all kinds of places, folks. So make sure you visit my WAN Global LLC page. Like it so that you can get all the information and details on our Wealth Summit tours. All throughout Florida, Miami, yes, West Palm Beach. You name it. We even going over to Perth, Australia. We're going over to the Amsterdam in the UK. Folks, it's getting ready to take off. We're excited. I'm excited, and I'm glad you guys came in today. Now, quick announcement. Tonight is a great night for me to mention this to you, because we only have 1 week to talk heavily about this. And guess what? Next week on our Monday Motivational Power Talk, we have a huge special guest. I mean, a huge special guest. And I hope you guys are fired up. The last time I was able to do an online event with this gentleman was in 2014, when I was doing this event, the Monday Motivational Power Talk, via conference call. We've gotten away from that. We're using technology. We want you to see us now. I want you to see me, and I want you to see my guests. So we're going to be firing this thing up next Monday night as well, okay, on our Monday Motivational Power Talk, where we will have, that's right, Denise George, she just named it, James Arthur Ray. I hope you guys are fired up. You better be fired up, because guess what? He's going to bring the fire. He's going to bring the fire. So make sure you guys are here 9 p.m. next Monday evening. Share if you've seen the the event page on Facebook. Share that page. Invite your friends. Share it, share it, share it. We want to fill this thing up. We want to ask questions in terms of wealth to someone who has been nothing but wealthy, knows how to build wealth, knows what it takes to build value in you so that you can accumulate all of the wealth that you desire. So James Arthur Ray is going to be here next Wednesday night, folks. Now, here's what I want to talk about tonight. That's all that I have right now for announcements. Also, if you're an entrepreneur, I want to, as we go along, I want you to post your entrepreneurial business here. If you have a fan page, post it in the comments here. Highlight yourself. I don't mind you doing that. It's about highlighting others. So we want to make sure that you get highlighted by visiting us this evening. So make sure you put if you have a website, post your website in the comments. If you have a fan page, post your fan page in the comments as well. And let other people who are watching recognize what you're doing, recognize your business, recognizing you, because it's all about branding, folks. All right. So tonight I want to talk about 2025, the year 2025. Now, that's not a destination year. I'm bringing that year up because I read an article. I'm always running into these articles, and it always leads back to that year 2025. And what was mentioned in that article was a company by the name of SoftBank out of Japan is manufacturing robots to run their cell phone stores. Let me repeat that. SoftBank out of Japan is manufacturing robots, human-like robots, to run and operate their cell phone stores. Folks, what happens to, thank you for coming in, welcome to how can I help you? What happened to those people? Where are they going to go? Where are they going to find work? That is happening right now. They actually doing the work right now. Also, I ran into another article which said that self-driving tractor trailers are already being made. Self-driving tractor trailers are already being made. Now, let me tell you something, folks. Those who operate trucks, you can upgrade your thinking. You can upgrade your education in order for you to stay in the game. How do you do this? Those trucks might be self-driving, but you best to believe there's always someone behind the controls somewhere in HQ, in the headquarters, operating the controls of those self-driving tractor trailers. They have to program where those tractor trailers are going to go. They have to program how those tractor trailers are going to back up to a dock and unload. They're going to have to program how those tractor trailers are going to be detailed. Guess what? Those tractor trailers might be self-driving, but guess what? They're going to need mechanic work. They're going to need to be cleaned. They're going to need a whole lot of maintenance, folks. So guess what's going to happen? Two things are going to happen. Remember I talked about two types of people? One person is going to feel bad because they feel like they're being displaced, and one person is going to feel glad that they have the opportunity to upgrade their thinking, upgrade their education, so that they can be able to withstand the changes that is taking place in society right now. Hello, Erica Spofford. Thank you for joining us. Folks, listen, I said a short poem in relates to that. It says, two men looked out from prison bars. One saw mud, the other saw stars. Wow. Yes, self-driving cars as well. In Pennsylvania, Erica George, they're already working on self-driving Uber cars in Pennsylvania. They've been doing the test, I think, like a year ago. So what's going to happen with the Uber drivers? Folks, listen, you got to get out of the mode. People might say, man, everything is going to be robot. Everything going to be robot. What are we going to do? I'm going to tell you what the first thing you need to do is get out of survival mode. You see, there's a difference between a survivor and a conqueror. One thing, folks, listen. Survivors seeks freedom. Conquerors seeks authority. So regardless of what goes on around you, what goes on behind you, in front of you, The most important thing is what's going on inside of you. You can't teach hunger, folks. I don't care how good a teacher is, how good of a coach is, how good a mentor is. They can teach you just about anything that you need to learn. But one thing they can't teach you is how to be hungry, folks. You have to have a big why. You have to have a reason to why you want to be successful. And one thing you have to realize is that don't look for the light in the tunnel. You see, that's what survivors do. Survivors look for the light at the end of the tunnel. What if that tunnel doesn't get, the end of that tunnel doesn't come until you have reached 3 or 4 or 5 years, when it's probably too late by that time? You see, survivors seek light at the end of the tunnel. Conquerors carry flashlights. Conquerors they carry flashlights. You see, don't wait for change to happen before you react, before you do something about it, folks. It'll be too late. You see, I found that, and George Fraser said this as well. He said it perfectly. We don't change when we see the light. We change when we feel the heat. Don't wait till you start burning and then you want to jump out the tub or you want to jump out of the pot. You have all the tools that's available to you. As a matter of fact, you've had tools available to you at birth to accomplish anything you need to accomplish within human reason. Very, very important. Tools were already given to you. You got to use the tools. But here's what's unfortunate. Many people use those same tools in ways that those tools are working against them. Where does it start? It starts with your thinking. Don't worry about what's going to happen with technology. In my book, Change Your Mind, Change Your Life, I wrote that book in 2012. It was published in 2013. And I told people, you have to understand where the economy is going. You have to be smart. You have to self-learn. You have to self-educate. And I said this, you're going to find that we are not in an age that you're used to being in. People think we're still in the information age. If you really think that, you're already behind. I mentioned that in my book. You are already behind the 8 ball. We're not in the information age anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, this age is called the connected age. You have to be connected, man. I'm telling you, everything. What is the connected age? The connected age is web-based, meaning you've already been introduced to technology. That's what the information age is all about. Introducing you to technology. Now you've been introduced to it. This is a connected age. You have to learn how to operate things in your home. Operate your security system to your home from your cell phone. They have things where you can operate things from your car to your car from your cell phone, depending on the new technology of the cars now. There's people who have propane tanks for their grill, for their propane grill. There's a device that you can buy for your propane tank and download the app to your phone, and you can take that app and look up the propane and see how much propane is left in your propane tank through your smartphone. This is the connected age, folks. Get with it. Get with the program. I'm going to tell you one thing. When you procrastinate, poverty will catch you eventually. The world is moving, folks. It is rotating like this around the sun, and the sun is moving. The moon is moving. The entire universe is moving. If you sit idle, everything will move around you, and what's going to catch you is this thing called poverty. Because guess what? Poverty is also moving. Poverty is chasing you. Don't wait till you feel the heat before you want to make change. Don't wait until disaster strikes, catastrophe happens before you want to make change. That is a bad habit most people have. Procrastination. There's a poem that relates to what I just said. It goes, he slept beneath the moon and basked beneath the sun. He lived a life of going to do and died with nothing done. Les Brown once said, the richest place in the world, by way of Myles Munroe, said that the richest place, the wealthiest place in the world is not in Africa where all the gold is. It's not over in the Arabian deserts, Iraq and Saudi Arabia where all the oil is. The wealthiest place in the world, the richest place in the world is at the graveyard. Why? Because there will be bodies laying there, people who have never pursued their potential, books never written but thought of, poems never cited but thought of, inventions never brought to the world but thought of. People go to their grave talking about what they were going to do, what they were going to invent, what they're going to create. Ladies and gentlemen, there are two functions. There are two parts of your brain that serve functions, and that I'm only going to cover these two. There are several different parts, but I'm going to only cover these two because these two are very, very important for this particular topic. You have the frontal lobe of the brain, and then you have the motor cortex. The motor cortex normally lies right behind the frontal lobe. Now, what are their functions? The frontal lobe deals with thinking and planning, ladies and gentlemen. The frontal lobe deals with thinking and planning. What is the motor cortex? The motor cortex deals with movement and action. You see? Napoleon Hill, the author of Think and Grow Rich, also the author of The Laws of Success, said it perfectly. What the mind can conceive and believe, you can achieve. Dr. Dennis Kimbrell, who wrote Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, said it perfectly. Prosperity begins in the mind and ends in the bank account. And done. Good evening from Australia. Thank you for joining us from Australia. We'll be coming to Perth, Australia at some point. Please keep in touch. You'll get some information on that soon. So folks, if technology is changing in Japan, they're talking about building robots. Where do the United States get a lot of their products from? Come on, man. Come on, folks. Feed me. Feed me the energy. Come on. A lot of stuff made from China, a lot of stuff made, Toyota is made out of Japan, right? Lexus made out of Japan. And if they're building this kind of technology to run stores for them, I don't need to finish that. Saudi Arabia, a week ago, there was an article that went out, but Saudi Arabia just gave a robot citizenship in Saudi Arabia. A robot. I put that article out there. Folks, it was Albert Hubbard who said, one machine can take the place of 50 ordinary people. But no machine can take the place of one extraordinary person. Ladies and gentlemen, the world to come is going to have room for the extraordinary. The extraordinary are going to be your conquerors. Below extraordinary, the average are going to be your survivors. You see, Tony Robbins said, we were made to thrive, not survive. You weren't born to just pay bills and die, folks. You were born to make a difference. See, As I said earlier today, this morning on my Monday, on my live cast this morning, I said, one thing you have to understand, folks, is what you do or do not do today will affect generations 100 plus years after you. It's called the butterfly effect. And I ask you guys to go check out Andy Andrews, as he mentions and talks about the butterfly effect. What you do or do not do will affect generations 100 plus years after you. So what I'm saying to you is there's some people that you don't even know. And there are some people that have not even been born yet who will be affected by what you do or do not do today. That's why we always must be productive. We always have to keep educating ourselves because it's very, very important. We were all here to make a difference. That's why we're here. That's what life is about. Life is meant to be meaningful, not difficult. Challenging, yes, but not difficult. So, folks, if you want to drag your feet, if you don't know what kind of business that you want to get into, I'm going to give you a strategy that was given to me from a gentleman by the name of Brian Tracy, who is the keynote speaker for our first Wealth Summit conference, which will be the Tampa Bay Wealth Summit. Brian Tracy said, if you can't find your passion, if you can't find your life's purpose or your calling, then visit your childhood passion and you will find what you're supposed to be doing as an adult. I found mine. Doing it right now. What is yours? What is yours? I thought it was singing, but all I did know was I was supposed to be in front of people and they were supposed to be inspired by what comes out of my mouth. And I found it. It found me. We connected. I'm living it. So that's one thing, folks. If you want to be a conqueror, know what you're supposed to be doing on this earth. Mark Twain said we have two of the best days of our lives, the day we were born and the day we find out why. Find out why you're here. And I'm going to talk on the 12th of this month, November, at Annie's Beauty Supply Store right in St. Pete. I'm going to be talking about the 3 Ds to an extraordinary lifestyle. I invite you to come out to that. Those of you in the Tampa Bay area, come out to that. I have an event page on my business page. You can see it. I'm going to be talking about the 3 Ds to an extraordinary lifestyle. I'm going to help you transform your mindset so that you can achieve goals better. I'm going to teach you how to achieve goals faster. Now, there are some goals that's going to take a long time. That's the law of gestation. You can't defy that law. But there are going to be some goals that you can achieve very, very fast that you didn't know was achievable in a fast period, in a quick period of time. Okay, so that's all up. What time is it, folks? Do we have enough time? Okay, it's 9:23. I got about 7 more minutes, folks. I want to take this time for some Q&A. Now, if you have questions for James Arthur Ray for next Monday night, those of you who don't know James Arthur Ray, he was one of the cast members from the movie The Secret and co-authored the book The Secret. Dynamite. He's going to light some fire when he comes here next week. So if you want your questions to be out in the forefront, you got to inbox my Jay Lee Speaks page. And I have people there who want to organize your questions, and we're going to shoot them at Mr. James Arthur Ray. Now, you'll be able to come in the comments and throw your questions there, but it's not guaranteed that we'll get to them. So one person each, one particular question will be in pertaining to wealth, okay, in pertaining to wealth. And I'm going to shoot those questions to James Arthur Ray, and my staff is going to highlight your name to go with the question. So when I call the question out, the question is going to have your name attached to it. Okay, so we're going to let James Arthur Ray know who you are when we ask the question. We're going to highlight you. Okay, so do that for me. Inbox me. Do you have any questions for me right now? I would love to answer your questions. That's right, Marie. Marie Brown said only average people focus on obstacles instead of finding the opportunity. Absolutely, absolutely. See, people focus on the challenges, the obstacles. The obstacles are only there to shape you into the person you need to be shaped into in order for you to reach the next level, reach that goal and capture that dream. Why? Because if being who you are today will get you what you want in life, you would have gotten it a long time ago. So that is why the adversity is supposed to come. You're going to have challenges, folks. Every time you create a goal, guess what happens? Challenges and adversity is also created, and they're going to come find you. So you don't want them to find you while you're procrastinating. You want them to find you while you have built momentum towards that goal. Yes, Maria Brown. The secret, the secret has changed a lot of people's lives. So James Arthur Ray, if you remember The Secret, if you read the book, or if you have watched the movie, James Arthur Ray is the one who, one highlight part for him is when he spoke about the genie in a lamp. You guys remember that? And the genie came out the lamp and says, "Your wish is my command." If you guys remember that scene, that's one of James Arthur Ray's scene as he's talking during that scene. That's James Arthur Ray. He's one of the cast members. He's going to be here, folks. He's going to light it up. I'm trying to tell you guys right now, I've known him for about 5 years now. And him and I has been contacting. We've been in touch. We've been contacting. He's been helping me out. He's been giving me some mentoring along the way. Not the heavy duty mentoring yet, but it's coming. But he has kicked my butt a couple of times too. You better believe that. Les Brown has kicked my butt. Dr. Willie Jolly has kicked my butt. Those are my 3 main mentors right there. So you go to any of those 3 and bring up my name, they'll know exactly who you're talking about. So I'm not one of those ones who say, "Oh, that's my mentor," and y'all never met him. No. I've actually sat in class with 2 of them, and James Arthur Ray, and I've spent most of our time on the phone. So I've sat in front of all of them guys except James Arthur Ray, but him and I sat in front of each other on the telephone, and he whooped me. He whooped me plenty of times. So that's how that goes, folks. Listen, I want you guys to share this video with as many people as you can. Also, inbox me if you need access to the event page for James Arthur Ray on next Monday night, so I can add you to it or send it to your inbox. And hopefully you can share that with all of your friends, all of your entrepreneurial friends, okay? So, but that being said, I see we have 2 more minutes. No one got questions. Listen, folks, let me share this. Let me say this. There's no such thing as no dumb question. Nobody's dumb. Nobody is dumb. Don't be freaking scared to ask a freaking question. This is what we do this for. This is why I do this. I'm not going to assume that you already know. I do this. I'm not here to entertain anybody. I'm here to help you. You got to ask questions. You can't always ask questions in my inbox. I don't always get to them. Ask your questions, folks. Don't be shy. If you really see, that's what I'm saying. You can't teach people to be hungry. If you're hungry, you will ask whatever you need to ask. Write in the comments. Seriously. James Arthur Ray is going to be here next week. Don't get up in here and choke and not want to ask a question. You got to ask your questions, folks. That's the only way we're going to learn. And now I can give him all the questions I want to give him, but I don't want to do that. I want to give him some of your questions, people. This is not about me. It's about you. I'm doing this for you. You're not paying to hear me speak. You're not going to pay to hear him speak next week. This is free. This is for you. Listen, people, I'm not one of those ones who want to get rich off the ignorance of other people. If I'm getting rich because you're getting rich. If I help you get rich, I'll get rich. That's how I do my business. I don't do my business by telling you all this riffraff and tell you to buy a kit. No. Folks, don't be shy. Ask your question. It's already now. I'm going to give you guys, it's 9:30. I'm going to give you the 9:31 to put a question in here so I can answer your question. If I don't have an answer, believe me, I will get an answer. Within the next 12 to 24 hours, I will have an answer. So next week when he's here, don't do that. Don't get shy. Ask your questions and send me questions for him in the inbox. One person each. Send me a question for James Arthur Ray in my inbox, in my J. Lee Speaks inbox. And we'll shape the questions up. We'll put your name by the question. And I'll say, Jane Doe is asking, da 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 da. Okay, or I'll say this is a question from Jane Doe or John Doe, and I say what the question is. Okay, so that's all I have for you folks. Don't be shy. Again, ask your questions, people. Go to my website, jleespeaks.com. Wang Global's website is available, but you can't buy any tickets yet for the conference because we're still making sure all of the details are taken care of, and we're still talking to a couple of sponsors and trying to lock them in. Okay, but you can go to you can see the website for Wang Global. It is WANGlobalLLC.com. You can just take a look at it. Don't try to purchase any tickets yet. All right. With that being said, folks, please share the video. Those of you who came in late, watch it again and then share it. I'm here to help each and every one of you. I have people helping me. My job is to help you. This is called paying it forward. That's my duty. That's my job. That's my obligation. I have a passion for people. I want to help as many people as I can. I do not want to get to the next level and not bring people with me. I don't play like that. So be ready for the webinar I'm going to have coming out real soon on branding your business and the things you need to do to make your business look professional. That's going to come out real soon. I'm putting together the curriculum. So be ready for that. It's going to be a webinar, and it's also going to be live at a venue here in the St. Pete area. So that's all I have for you folks. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for your time. I really enjoyed you. Without being said, I want you to sing like no one can hear you. Dance like no one can see you. Love like you've never been hurt. And live like it's heaven on earth. I'm Jay Lee. I love you. And the world needs you. So stop that damn texting and driving. Thank you very much. Have a glorious day, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you guys very soon.